is provided by a grant from General Foods Corporation and by public television stations. Additional support is provided by unrestricted general program grants from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and the Ford Foundation.
Did you notice the new words at the beginning of our theme song? Well, they're based on a letter sent in by Susan Maxwell of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. She wrote, "Dear Zoom, here's a new verse to your opening song. Come on, let's sing and have a ball. There's gonna be a lot of fun for all. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's number one. Everybody's writing the show." Thanks for the new lyrics, Susan. If you want a copy of our new song, it's on a Zoom card. Write to Zoom, and we'll send you one.
Boston, Mass. 02134.
If Chris and Lavelle were one thing, what a lovely couple that would be.
We have a new version of musical chairs. Louise Yates of East Orange, New Jersey sent us the rules. See if you can guess them while we play.
Okay. There was a tiny, tiny little house, no bigger than 4 inches, and it was on this lily pad that was in a huge pond, okay? And there was a boy who used to go to the pond every day, and he used to swim in the pond. And one day, he was swimming among the lily pads, and he bumped into this lily pad that had the house. And no one before had ever seen this house. And in this house were these tiny, tiny little people that were so small you could barely even see them. However, this boy had magical powers. And so he could see these little people. And then all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere popped out a monster. And that monster always used to say 2 certain words. And then. Take it out.
This monster got really mad for looking at his playhouse with the play dolls in it. And he said, "This is my playhouse and nobody touches it." And then...
You got it.
Who's more in it?
Nice try, now.
And the monster said, "I don't want you touching this house again." And then...
I went the other way.
So did I. And then the monster died. Everybody gotta move out a little bit. It's all crunched in.
Okay. And so the monster died. And then came. Yeah, you didn't even. And then the monster died. So the monster came. And he died. And then.
And the little people
And all the people.
and the little people grew up to be monsters. And then there's one to carry on.
Sisters, what are we gonna do tonight?
Okay, don't forget to straighten out the house, make the beds, and make a salad for tonight for supper.
All right.
Oh, by the way, we don't have any lettuce, so you might have to go to the store and get some.
All right. I'm gonna see you later and come and get the stuff done.
My name is Tony
All
Carpino.
right. I'll see you then. Yeah, see you later.
I live with my older brother Armando and my older sister Josephine, and my twin brother Carmelo.
All right. We're gonna start things right quick. I'll have one.
All right, good job.
All right, you too. See you later.
We don't live with our parents at all. It's just us 4 kids. I was born in Italy. All my family was born there. My parents grew up there, lived there, and were married there. When I was around 7, my mother died. We all moved over to the United States. My brother and I lived with my father, but we had problems with him and moved to my brothers and sisters' house. In Italy, the way we lived was totally different. It was really scary coming to a country for the first time. I really missed my friends and family in Italy. When we came over, we didn't speak one word of English. Then I started learning English, learned my first couple of words and things. So it just got easier as time went on. I mean, there's a lot of things we miss from Italy. We're still glad to be here.
Hey, Anna, how's it going?
Armando works at the Stop and Shop.
What are you doing? Doing, Jerry. You wanna help?
Armando wants us to learn a lot.
Yes, I know.
He's always sort of teaching us things.
Wanna learn to rap? You think you can do it? Open and burn myself? No, a little longer. A little longer. All right.
Armando's like a brother and a father to me.
Right? Just to be nice.
If I have a problem with something, I treat him like a
I
father.
like doing this. I like this.
Yeah, but most of the time when we go do things together, I treat him like a
But
brother.
do it a little more, though. You think you're gonna be as good as I am? Told me that day. I don't know. Sure you will. All right, I'm gonna go try him. All right, you can rap. Okay. All right, that's the last one I'll do. I'll see you later. Okay, I'll speak it. Make sure you buy the stuff for the salad. All right? Okay, for tonight. Okay. See you later. I'll see. I'll just start making the salad. All right.
Kamel's my twin brother, and us two have a lot of responsibilities around the house. Usually we get this dinner started for my sister Josephine.
You got the other twenty? Still got some more.
So me and Camelo have learned how to work together and to compromise. So if we want to do different things, he won't go his way and I'll go my way. We just try to talk it out, which one's the best.
You can't open it with your hand. You need a thing. Let me see that. I won't open. There it goes. So what are we gonna do tonight? Go play baseball? I don't know if we'll be able to fit more stuff in here. It looks good.
Where I lived in Italy was a small town. Everybody knew each other and everybody helped each other. It was all one big family. If you needed something, you would ask somebody else and they'd give it to you. People here don't know each other too much. Like if you go a block away, you can know nobody. Maybe that's one of the reasons why our family over here is so close.
I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to put them like this. I don't know. What do you think?
My aunt and uncle and cousins live nearby. They came over from Italy too.
Lots of time. Let's talk.
We had a lot of problems and a lot of difficulties at first. I think the only main thing that got us through was we had a lot of patience. Like we all have different chores. If we do everything we're supposed to do, we always stay together.
If Ron and Jennifer were one thing, what a lovely Ronifer that would be.
Welcome to Zoom News and Weather, presenting important issues from around the country straight from you. Today our reporters have news from New Jersey, Illinois, and New York. Take it away, reporters.
Thank you, Chris. In Tonawanda, New York, Stacy Ray and Lisa Aloisio are upset. They say, quote, "We have a problem. It's our parents. Our moms will let us go back and beat boys up. Our fathers won't. We are tomboys and really don't like our fathers holding us back from fighting boys. We are frustrated." Unquote. Ron?
Thank you, Nell. And in Libertyville, Illinois, Peter Phillips reports, "I wrote to the President of the United States. All he wrote back was, 'Dear Peter, the President enjoys hearing from you.' He didn't even answer any of my questions. None. I don't think it's fair. Just because I'm a kid doesn't mean I don't know anything." Karen?
Thank you, Ron. Well, Ward Gayer in Paramus, New Jersey, has a very good question for all kids. He asks, quote, "How old would you like to be and why?" Unquote. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Karen. Ward, we have some answers to those very questions, don't we, Acardio?
Indeed we do, Chris. Today's weather is whether you would like to be a child or an adult. Here are what Zoom viewers around the country had to say.
Child or adult? I don't know. I guess I'd rather be an adult because you got so much more privileges. Because if you're a kid, you get people bossing you around. If you're an adult, you get to do the bossing around.
Adult? Because I think adult, you be more sophisticated and you know more, but you still be learning in life.
I'd rather be an adult because I would like to be a professional baseball player.
I'd rather be an adult because you can help yourself. If you're a child, you need somebody to help you.
Well, I don't know.
A child because you get more fun, like riding a bike or skateboarding.
I'd rather be a child because, I don't know, like there's so many more responsibilities when you're an adult and everything, and like you get to be so free when you're a kid.
So far, I'd rather be a child because I'm having fun at it.
And that's today's Zoom News and Weather. What's happening in your town? Send your letter to Zoom, Box 350, Boston, Mass. 02134.
This is a poem written by me, and it's called Adolescence. Have I come to adolescence? After all, I'm 12. I have a crush on every boy I meet, almost. Have I come to adolescence? I argue with my mother almost once a day. I have a couple pimples, but they're not there anymore. Have I come to adolescence? I worry about clothes. I have a crush on every boy I meet, almost. Have I come to adolescence? Have I?
My name is Theodore Devil. I've been doing some good deeds lately, and frankly, I'm kind of discouraged with myself. May I help you across the street, madame?
Ooh, you little devil.
Right this way.
Thanks a lot, devil.
It was my pleasure.
Did you hear that Marge lost 10 pounds last week? Yeah, and she gained it all back this week. She still looks pretty crummy and hot. Yeah, I know. I saw Marge at the pool, and she stunk. Hand over that lollipop, kid.
Taking candy from a baby, you ought to be ashamed.
Oh, take the crummy lollipop. What kind of devil are you going around doing good deeds?
Here you go, kid. Did you see that? I've been doing so many good deeds lately. I don't know what's happening to me. I'm losing all my devilinity. I'm just no bad anymore. Oh, my horn fell off. Oh, and there goes my other one. It's so embarrassing. I'm falling apart at the seams. I look like a devil, but I don't act like it. Looks like I'm all washed up.
If Nell and Karen were one thing, what a lovely Nellerin that would be.
Diane Cheeses of Baldwin, New York wrote us a letter, and this is what it says. Dear Zoom, this problem might happen to other boys and girls. Recently, my mother got remarried, and we moved to Long Island from Flatbush, Brooklyn. How do you think it feels to move to a strange neighborhood and get a new family all at once? I didn't know how putting two families together would work out. I was a bit scared. I had never known my father and had never had a brother. Would we fight? Would my new stepfather yell at me? Then there was a new school and new friends and even new aunts, uncles, and cousins. Would we all like the same things to do or even eat? Yes, I was worried. But I found out it can all work out if you try hard. We all get along, although we have all had to make many changes. I've discovered that I like family living. My mom doesn't work anymore. I get along with my new brother within reason, and having a new dad is nice. I'm even learning how to live in the country with the squirrels and the birds. How would other boys and girls feel? I think it'd be hard. I mean, you're so used to living one way, and then all of a sudden you have to change.
Yeah, I don't know. My parents are divorced. And, like, my father lives up on the Cape, and my mother lives here. And I live with my mother. And, I don't know, it's different. You know, like, staying with each other. I mean, different people.
Yeah, it's, my mother divorced my father, so I have a new stepfather. But at first, like, I had to call him by his name, Pedro, which is Pedro, right? But now, like, I can talk to him in a manner, yeah. Now, because he's been with us almost for 3 years, I think.
I think it'd be hard to call my new father Dad, because you think of your other father and say, well, maybe he would feel bad if I started calling him Dad.
That's the problem with my father. He really, he likes the guy, right? But it's something that he can't really, he'll say in front of me, but deep down I can know that, you know, I had to be with him more than...
Like sometimes my real dad, and Karen would ask me, do you kiss him? And I would say, yeah. I mean, you know, he's my stepfather and stuff.
The father would sort of get jealous because he knows that you're his kid, except you're living with another guy.
Right, he doesn't want you to feel, well, he's her father, she can call him Dad, you know, and everything else, and feel that the kid isn't wanted by the real parent.
Yeah, my
which,
father,
you know.
Do you know married? My father married again. And then, he had a son. So I got this 10-month-old brother. And it's really different. It's hard to call her, mom or anything. But every once in a while, it just pops out, Mom.
I would think, my parents are divorced, but I would think if they got divorced and they married again and they married someone and I was living with them who had a kid, I think it would be so hard to move in with a new kid and just suddenly live with a new kid you've never heard of.
I think that sometimes if you want, if your brother you were mad at your brother, you'd think, oh, why this whole thing have to happen? And it's a lot harder because if I had to have another sister, another brother, or, my parents got divorced and stuff, I think if I was mad at them, oh, this is so stupid and all this, and why can't it just be like the old days?
You know what? I think the hardest thing of having a stepfather, stepmother is giving them a card on Christmas or a different day and writing something. It's really hard. It's hard for me to write him, oh, I love you and everything, But I do it. But when I do it, I'll just split.
I think the parents would be more nervous than the kids,
Oh,
especially the guy who's new to the family.
Yeah, he would want to really please them and be really nice.
He'd want to please the kids, and he wouldn't want them to get a bad impression at the start, so then they wouldn't like them.
I think he was a nice guy at the beginning, and then then he'd be scared to, he got mad at the kid. He'd go, well, you did such and such, and then he said, man, should I spank this kid or not? Should I give him a good whacking?
But then they might get really mad at them, but then afterwards they think, why did I do this? Because they're really nervous that they might hate him.
Do you know what I don't like is have you ever, your mother comes up to you, don't do that, because, even though
feel bad.
Yeah,
it will hard to feel.
And, it's really bad because, when your mother and your stepfather has arguments or something, it'll make you feel bad. I say, oh, what's going to become of,
I think it's...
And you're the one who's the main purpose because, they don't want to tell you right off or nothing.
I think it's a lot worse than the parents, even though you may think it isn't. I don't really know, but I would think it would be a lot worse than parents because if... say you get in a bad mood and then you'd say, oh, I'm really mad that all this happened. And then the parents would say, they'd feel so bad, but
we have a whole life, ahead of us and everything.
Yeah, I know.
And some of them don't.
If parents get divorced, I think one of the worst things they can do is have the kid decide who they want to live with. Because I think either way they're going to have hard feelings. Maybe it's good for some kids, but I don't think you should do it first of all, when they're too young. And second of all, I'm not so sure you should do it because it hurts either parent, either way. I think it's such a hard decision on the kid.
My mother went, first thing she did was that we had a little discussion, me and my sister and my mother. She said, well, kids, I like this man and I'm going to marry him. But if you don't like him or anything, well, I don't have to get married. And me and my sister said, why should we spoil, my mother's fun?
Your mother's had enough troubles too.
So we said, it's all right,
My mother
I can even though it'd be hard to get used to it, but.
I can imagine. What's that girl name?
Diane.
She's walking down the street with a new brother or sister. Everybody said, her brother and sister, they move with her, and she's walking down the street with this girl or this boy following her. And said, who's that behind you? Who's that following you? That's my new brother. He said, you got a new brother? How fast can he grow?
Aren't you?
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name's Chris.
Oh, how do you do, Chris? I'm Ron.
Huh?
Oh, come on. I'll show you how. You stick out your heart and hand to every woman, kid, and man. You shake it up and down with a how do you do. On our sidewalk, on our street, everybody that you meet, well, you shake it up and down with a how do you do. How do you do, do-dee-doo. How do you do-dee-doo-dee-doo. How's your dad? How's your mama? How are you? I feel glad when you feel good. You cheer up the neighborhood. Shaking hands with everybody. How do you do, dee-doo. When you're
mountain high. When you see the birds flying, how do you do? When you hear the train coming and it makes a rumbling noise,
Wave your arm in a great big wave, shout, how do you do?
how do you do? How do you do? How's your uncle, auntie, cousin, how are you? I feel glad when you feel good. You cheer up the neighborhood, shaking hands with everybody. How do you do?
If Ron and Jennifer were one thing, what a lovely Ronifer that would be. If Jennifer and Arcadio were one thing, what a lovely Genadio that would be. If Arcadio and Nell were one thing, what a lovely Arcadinell that would be.
If Nell and Karen were one thing, what a lovely Nellerin that would be.
If Karen
And Chris were one thing, what a lovely Karis that would be. If Chris
and Lavelle
were one thing, what a lovely Cavell that would be.
We need you, so won't you zoom, 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 zoom. Come on and zoom, zoom, zoom. Come on, give it a try. We're gonna reach for the sky. You can help us to fly high. Come on and zoom, come on and zoom, zoom. Come on and zoom, come on and zoom, zoom. Come on and zoom, come on and zoom, zoom. Come on and zoom.
Major funding for Zoom is provided by a grant from General Foods Corporation and by public television stations. Additional support is provided by unrestricted general program grants from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and the Ford Foundation.